Hi friends, welcome to Aishudiy. Today we are going to learn about a spiral stitch. So it's a bead weaving technique. It's a spiral stitch. It's easy, but at the same time the results are very nice. You can make it as a bangle, or you can actually end it with lobster clasp or whichever clasp you prefer. So I haven't decided yet. I'm going to make a bangle or I'm going to finish it off with a clasp, but nevertheless we will start this. It will take a little bit of a time. For that I have here wildfire. You can use fireline or whichever thread you are comfortable with. It's 0.6 pound fireline in black color, 6 pound wildfire in black color. You can use fireline or Nymo any beading thread. Okay, and I have size 12 beading needle. I have an arm span of thread attached to it, and I have here some 6/0 seed beads and some 6mm pearls, blue color pearls, and then I have a variety of seed beads. These are all lavender seed beads. I haven't decided which one I'm going to use, but it looks like mostly I'll be using this one. This is the one I'm leaning towards, but we shall see. Once we make a small patch, we will know for sure we like it or not. So for this we need a stopper bead. A stopper bead can be of a different color, so it is nice and easy to figure it out that that is not the color that we are using. So we'll go for, sorry, I would go for this color. So here is my stopper bead. So stopper bead is one which we put in so that we leave a tail, and to distinguish it from the other beads that we are going to string, so we need a different color or so. So I'm just going to bring this back again. So you can actually thread this and then bring your needle back again through this bead once more, and that creates like a circle, and that will be your knot. So we can do like at least 6 to 8 inches of tail I would like to leave, so that I can attach the clasp, or if I want to weave in, that's good. So, and here is my stopper bead. Now I'll start the weaving technique. So for this technique we have two beads. One is called core beads, one is called outside beads. So I'm going to use the 6/0 seed beads as my core beads because you are going to go through that several times. The outside beads doesn't matter, we will not go through that many times, just 1 or 2 times. So for the outside embellishment you need something, and for the core you need something. So you always pick up 4 core beads and drop it down to your stopper bead. Okay, and then I'm going to pick up the outside bead. So I'm going to do this. Yeah, I'm going to stick to that. I like that lavender seed beads better. So I'm going to pick up 2 levanos, 1 6mm and 2 levanos. You can also do this with completely 6/0 seed beads. You can do another color, that's totally up to you, but this is what I'm picking up for the outer circle. And then I'm gonna come back through all these 4 seed beads and then pull my thread. So that kind of creates like a picot, right? An edge. So as you can see, if you pull this, it's not sitting right on top, so you can add 1 more seed bead is all I'm saying, because as you can see it has to come like this, and it just pushes this 4 seed beads. So I'm just going to go back through my 6 are seed beads. I'm going to basically take off these things and add one more seed bead and see if it looks good. Okay, I already have 2 seed beads, so I'm just going to add one more. Drop it all the way down to our beads, and then I'm going to go back through the 4 core beads, just the core beads. That will create a loop. And you should see if you like it. I do like it, so I'm just going to keep on doing that. So now I'm just pushing it towards this. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pick up. So this is the first step wherein we picked up 4 core beads, and from the second step onwards we will pick up just only 1 core bead and the outside beads. The outside beads remains the same all the time, so only the core beads we are going to pick up 1 from the second step. Okay, drop it all down. Now I am going to go through 4 core seed beads. Any point of time we are going to go through only 4 of the core beads. So from the bottom I leave 1, and then from the top if you count 1 2 3 4, and then go through the 4. So I'm leaving the 1 from the previous round, and now this is what I have. Now what I do is I flip my work so that I can it's easy for me to add beads. So there we go. Now again 1 core seed bead, and then our outside beads, 3 seed beads, and 1 pearl, and 3 seed beads. And then drop everything down to our work. Now count 4 beads from the top, 1 2 3 4, and I'm gonna go through all the 4 beads. This is what I'm gonna repeat. So now I'm gonna flip my work towards the left. It's automatically going to spiral, but it is easier to hold it like this. So pick up 1 core, 3 out 11 O's, 1 pearl, 3 11 O's. This is what I'm gonna pick up, and then I'm gonna drop everything down to my work. Then I'm going to count 4 beads from the top, 1 2 3 4. I'm going to go through just the core beads. This is what I have so far, so I'm just going to flip everything on one side towards my left. Pick up 4 beads, 1 core and 3 11 O's, 1 pearl, 3 11 O's. Drop everything down to the work. Gonna count 4 core beads from the top, 1 2 3 4, and then I'm gonna go through all the 4 once again. Now I have this, then I'm going to flip it to the left. So as you can see the pattern, it's the spiral stitch and it is spiraling. So when you stitch a little bit, you will know how it's going to look, and if you like the look, you can continue with that. I like this look, and that will be a beautiful bracelet, I believe. I'll continue doing this until I have the length of my bracelet. So if you add your clasp, that will be 1 inch worth. So if you want a 7-inch bracelet, you need to work for 6 inches worth of the beads. So again, pick up 1 core bead, 3 levanos, 1 pearl, 3 levanos. Instead of the pearl, you can use bicones. You can use any beads you want, because we are going to go through the core only several times, and we are not going to go through the outside beads that much. So we can have any beads we want. You can just add levanos, doesn't matter. So here is my work so far. I hope you guys like this. I will continue finishing the spiral and then I'll come back. Hi friends, so I am going to explain how to add a new thread to the existing project. This is about 5 inch I have done, and I need more. So I just finished it off without taking a video, but I'll show you guys how to finish off this tail. That way you will be clear how to do that. And now to add a thread to the existing project, I have here an arm span of thread in size 12 beading needle, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to come from here, doesn't matter where. So I'm just going to come from here in the middle, core beads. So I'm just going to go couple of beads wherever my needle takes. Just find the way. Here I have 3 beads on my needle, so I'm just going to carefully, there is a knot out here, I don't know how that happened, but I'm just going to carefully pull this and not pull it through. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make a knot right there. How? Just by catching the thread which is going through. So my thread is coming out of this core bead, the silver, and I'm going to knot in the wing that is right next to it. So just like that, go underneath and go into that loop. Just make sure that your knot is not caught with the seed bead, and it's right below the seed bead and the 6-odd, and then pull it tight, and then go through that 11 seed bead and through the pearl and through the 11. That is one wing outer beads, and then I go again through couple of core beads, again 3 core beads, and then I see an outer wing that is coming up from that bead, and I'm just going to go through the first 3 seed beads of that wing, the outer bead, and then I'm gonna do a knot there. I'm going under the thread into the loop, just like that, but make sure that it is caught between the pearl and the seed beads and not knotting with the seed beads. Okay, Then I'm going up through this pearl. Just wiggle your way around through all the seed beads. And then I'm gonna again go through a couple of core beads, which is 4 here, and then I'm just going to go again down through these 3, knot, so we have here totally 3 knots up till now, and make sure the knot is between the beads and then go underneath. So I'm going over, first I went up and then I'm going down, so you can go zigzag or you can just go up. It's totally up to you, but you have to tie half-inch knots like how I did in several places, and then you should be good to go. Once you come back down here, okay, and then go up through all the core beads. If you are not able to do it one single shot, you can take multiple shots and then do it. So now here my thread is ready to pick up a new bead. So I'm picking up a new core bead, drop it down. So when your thread is long, it's a bit of a workout. After that it becomes easy. 1, 2, 3, my outer beads. I'm picking up all my outer beads. Okay, 2, 3, drop everything down and count 4 core beads from the top. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and then go through all the 4. Pull the thread through, you will have your new set, and then make sure that the seed bead is not in between that, and just move this to the side, just like that, and then continue doing it until we reach our 7-inch mark. So here I have my bracelet of about, say, almost 7 inches, you can say. So here is my stopper bead, and this is the clasp that I chose to use. So now I'm going to show you guys how to finish it off with the clasp. Hopefully I'll zoom in a little bit more. Yeah, that sounds about right. So now I'm going to take so I'm coming out of the core bead, as you can see. I am going to take 3 seed beads and take one end of the clasp. This is the loop I'm gonna go through. And add 3 more. Okay, then I'm coming out of the core seed bead, and then I'm going to go into the 4 core beads and pull through. If you pull through, this is what I will have. So I'm checking whether this is enough beads for my loop. I guess that's more than enough. Now what I'm going to go do is I'm just going to go up through the outer circle of beads that I added in the last loop. trying to wiggle through the pearl as well. I'm going to go back through the 3 beads. Okay, pull through tight. Okay, then I want to go back through these seed beads that we added as a loop for our clasp. I'm reinforcing the beads. Then I'm going to come back. This time I'm going to come back only 2 beads or 3. Okay, I reinforce twice. Now I find the loop that goes, actually I go back through 2 more of the core beads. It's good that we are reinforcing 2 more of the core beads. Then I can see this wing coming out and going up, so I am going to go through that. The 3 seed beads and then also the core bead. Then I'm gonna come back through the loop of seed beads that we created for the clasp, and I'm gonna reinforce it 1 time. So totally I'm reinforcing 3 times. It's up to you guys. If you want less, you can do less, but I would like to do more. Then I'm going to come back through my work. Okay, so now this is tight enough for me. Okay, what did I do? My thread is exposed here. Okay. I'm just going to take off my needle and fix that problem, and I'll come back. All you need to do is retrace your steps, take your needle off, and then just go back. So I am going to go ahead and go back through a couple of core beads. I'm going to tie off the knots. Okay, so I'm coming here. Where is my thread? Yes, coming out of here. I'm going to go back through this. Actually, I'm going to go back through a couple of core beads, so you can wiggle it around. I'm using size 12 beading needle, that is best. If you are working with size 10, you go down to size 12. That will be easier for you to actually maneuver. So I'm coming out of this core bead right here, and the wing that is attached to is this. So I am just going to go through the 3 seed beads. So okay. And then I'm going to tie a 1/2 inch knot there, because I want to tie as I'm going, because I will reinforce it, plus I'll go all the way down to add the clasp, or you can attach the clasp with your tail. Just make sure. Okay. And then come back. Down through the three seed beads. Basically I'm doing half-inch knots, so then I'm going to go back through a couple of core beads, and then this one is attached to this, so I'm going through these 3 seed beads. I'm going to go under the thread, making a loop, and then going through the loop and make a half-inch knot. Make sure the half-inch knot sits right between the seed bead and the pearl. So when you go through the pearl, you will put the knot inside the pearl. The pearl has a bigger hole, so it will go through. Now I'll go through a couple of core beads again. Just sometimes it will be hard. There we go. But you can get it through. I'm coming out here, so I'm just going to go ahead and go through these 3 seed beads right here and go under the thread, make a loop, go into the loop, come out, and then just tie a knot, and then that knot will hide under the pearl. Then go through the pearl and the rest of the seed beads in the outer thing, and then again go through a couple of core beads. Here I am. I'm gonna go through these. So basically I'm doing the knots only on the sides and not in the center, but you can also do it in the center. The only thing is, if you pull something through, if it is in the center, if there is a gap on the top part, it might not look good. So that's the only reason I am putting the knot on the sides. Come back through the pearl, then through the core beads, couple of core beads down. I'm almost at the end of the other end of the bracelet. I'm doing one more knot here. So we have a tail, so we can add the other end of the clasp with the tail thread if it is big enough, or if your working thread is big enough, you can actually take it to the other end and then kind of do your knots there. Now putting a knot again, making sure the knot goes between the beads and coming down the seed beads. Then I'm going to go through the core again. Here I am, and then through these beads, a knot. You don't have to do several knots, but I like to do a couple of knots more than what's needed, just to be on the safer side. go through the last core bead, and this we have our stopper bead. I'm just going to pull that off just like that, and it comes off just like that. Okay, and then I'm gonna take this put it in the last core bead, and here we have our working thread and this thread, so I can actually knot these together now. One knot and two. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to snip off the working thread. Actually this thread is enough for us to add the actually I'm going to go inside this loop. Then I'm going to snip it off. Okay, take your needle off, and add it to the tail thread. Here is my tail thread. I'm gonna pick up 3 seed beads, actually totally 6, 4, 5 and 6. Go through this loop, come back down, and then I'll go down the couple of core beads. And then I'll check out the string attached to this bead right here. This is the one. So I just go through this. And then go again and reinforce my clasp seed beads. Come back through a couple of core seed beads twice, and then from here I'm here, so from here I need to go up, so I'm taking this one right here, and going up through the center core and then the seed beads. Come back down. Down more. Then go to the side. Make a knot. Make another knot. Go back through couple of core beads and snip the thread off. I like to do one more knot before I snip this thread off. My tail became shorter, but if you can have an 8-inch to a 10-inch working thread, I think you should be good to go. There we go. And use your pliers to get into this loop and through the thread. Then just knot it just like that. Then you can snip it off. Bracelet is ready. Here we go. This is tight in the first instance, so we can just open it up a little bit. Our bracelet is done. A spiral rope bracelet. There is double spiral too, wherein the outer beads that we add will come in two different patterns. So for example, this I have one with blue. You can use one with pink or one with orange or any color you want. So that's a double spiral bracelet for another tutorial. So I hope you guys like this video. If you do, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to hit the bell icon for notification. I do upload videos almost every day. It comes around 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good day. Bye.